this is Sensei Sargeant. I'm here in Little Garmston in Cambridgeshire doing an Aikido course with Sensei Tony Sargeant as well as a number of other Senseis. And it was a fantastic day, lots of weapons in terms of Ken and Joe work, but you get a chance to see what happened and maybe join us next time round. Take care.
Everybody, like me, has been on lockdown, and really it's just seeing smiling faces again and people coming together because we all like the art that we do, the Aikido. I don't know if anybody can really answer the answer what makes each individual enjoy the art, but there's something that works from the inside of us, and it's like breathing air, and I believe we all need that air to breathe, and so therefore we gather today, and I'm hoping that I'm going to give them insight to my feelings and thoughts on the whole, not just the lockdown period, but the whole essence of why I'm doing it, and perhaps they'll think inside that's why they're doing it, but it'll be a personal message that only they'll know about. We're doing the Ken and Joe today, but my part is mainly on the Ken, and even though Saito Sensei would say we do the weapons to improve the taijutsu and understand the taijutsu, only at perhaps really high level do you start to understand the true movement of the body, and then it doesn't matter whether it has a weapon in your hands or open-handed. What it does is it sharpens the body if you're doing weapons. We make tighter movements. We don't make so many errors because we don't have the space to do it with weapons. So hopefully it will tighten everybody's taijutsu up, an understanding of where we can move and where we shouldn't be moving. But it takes years, so many will just enjoy the weapons because they're a set of technical movements. Then others will perhaps open some small doors in their mind to the more spiritual path of what it does to our soul and our inner being, and not just what the outer is being seen by others. Thank you.
Sorry. My name is Regnier. I'm here to teach Aikido with a seminar that Tony Sargeant has put in place on the 11th of September, and just want to give you a little bit of a background about myself. I've been doing Aikido for over 32 years. I started when I was 16, and it was in France. I did Aikikai Aikido with the Federation of Tamura Sensei, and then I joined the Federation of Christian Tissier for a few years, and then I left France to go to England in 1991 to pursue a career and to learn English, also to improve the language as a second language. And so I worked in catering for a number of years, and I immediately continued my practice with Aikido, and I met Kanetsuka Sensei, who was teaching in Euston Square and Euston area for a few years, and then I decided to embark on a completely different career, from hospitality to security. So I wanted to work as a door supervisor because, one, I wanted to earn more money, but also because people said, look, Nick, you're quite big, you could try something different, and we think you'd be doing a good career as a door supervisor. So I also wanted to explore the other aspect of conflict situations, what really goes on when there's a difficult situation. So I thought it would be a good experience to enrich my learning of Aikido. David Rubens introduced me to Yoshinkan Aikido because he was also an Aikido instructor for Yoshinkan. So I did Yoshinkan Aikido for 2.5 years, and then I went into a situation where I've had to use Aikido many times when I was working as a door supervisor, but there were situations whereby Aikido techniques were not working properly, and I was getting to a point where I was questioning if Aikido was very effective or not, and because of the love and my dedication to it, I was determined to understand what did I miss and why the technique wasn't working. So I did some research, and I went to a bookshop and accidentally found a book that said Mori Hiro Sato Sensei Iwama Aikido, And I thought, I've heard about him before, but I wasn't too sure what it was. But the book really impressed me because there was a lot of weapons practice he was doing. And there was one sentence he made it very clear, if you really want to learn Aikido, you need to learn weapons. And then your Aikido will change. So I thought, well, that's what I've got to do. So I joined a club and I looked for an Iwama club, and I found the London Aikido Club in 1995 with head instructor Andy Hathaway, Dojo Show, and I practiced all those years, and more recently also I've discovered Tony Sargeant, who also teaches Iwama Aikido and very well acquainted, well known in many countries, and yes, it is my whole experience. And today I'm going to be teaching part of a seminar, a demonstration with Kumijo number 8, and I was asked to show a few hankas that I know. So I'm hoping that everyone who is participating to this seminar will enjoy this lesson and will get something from it. So the emphasis will also be about good body posture, good hamni, hips movement, and the feeling of a good kokyu and the Ousey and Zanshin. So there's loads of things I can talk about, but I think that demonstration will emphasize how important it is to learn Bukiwaza, which helps tremendously your own Aikido, i.e. when you do Taijutsu. So I hope this intro is giving you all the information you need, and look forward to seeing you, and thank you again. Bye. As he goes up, as he goes down here. Pull your left hip a little bit, so it's not hand here. It's your left hip. Thank you. You practice. You do a strike and you do chanto, the pulling of the leg. Chanto. When the partner is down to the ground, then you can finish him off like this. Nice. Practice. Right here. Don't pick up point here. Twist the hip.
Yo! Whatever he does, I'm the puppet. I'm the puppet of the attacker. Yo! Ah! Right, there's the first one. Yo! Ah! There's the second, the third down. Hey! Ah! Is not to touch, do the, but it shouldn't be touching. He should be feeling that already as if it is touching. So his mind is telling him that, Yo! The bounce of striking that gives me a kick that I can follow. So I redirect it onto his wrist. Yo! Ah! Yo! Ah! Yo! Can't reach his hand to do a kotegai. Ah! And you just sink everything parallel way down there with a new partner. Yo! Ah! Ooh. vanish. Yo! Hey! So, don't do that. Make sure it's still there, so he has to go round it. Yo! Ah! Right. It's pretty easy really, just confidence, calmness. Yo! Ah! Time's going. Yo! Always keep the thumb in. Yo! Ah! Hey! Up! Okay. Both soften together. It's a little bit like that chemistry in attack. Eye open. Hey! He skis. I do go off time for this, where all the things actually you don't normally. I ski here. Notice this is from the second kin attachment. Don't leave it out there. Bring it back in. There. So he has to go round you. Put weight on the pen like the second kin attachment. Yo! Right, so the 4 you can just do open. As he comes in, you just dip your hips. Hey! Right, so you get that. And then you're back to similar second. Catchy. Yo! My most favourite one here is the Taijutsu application. Up! Hey! And that's that one. It's very difficult to do because you have to mould like a snail shell. You have to mould up, yo. Look, it needs no pressure. Push. No pressure. Hey.
Hi, I'm Gent. I've been training Aikido now for about 13 to 14 years. I teach in West Yorkshire, in Bingley, West Yorkshire, and today I've been teaching the 19 Jo Kata. That's something that I've put together. It's a series of movements from the Jo Saburi and the Jo Kata as well, and it's focused on movements from the opposite side using the left hand. The idea of it is to give a bit more balance to the weapons that we do. So we're able to utilise both sides of the body. I hope you enjoy it. On the other side. So basically the 19 is just a combination of different movements that we have in both the kata and the saburi as well. So I'll show you it first. Okay, so the kata starts and finishes in the same place, and you're going in a figure, basically it's a cross section that we're doing. So we'll start with the first part, so I'll face this way. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 is going to be this direction towards the trees. Yeah. 4, and then there. So you're looking to clear that space and then strike. This is the third movement.
Okay, so my name is Jenny Ousey, and I've been training Aikido since 1987. So I'm not sure how long that is in years, but you can work it out. Certainly 30 years at least. And I've been training pretty well all the time in Cambridge, or Cambridge area, under Sensei Tony Sargeant, and I've gone on many seminars, international seminars. I've seen Saito Sensei 3 times, I think. I remember seeing him in Switzerland, which was an absolutely brilliant seminar. And I like to follow a lot of teachers in the sense that I get a lot of inspiration from Sensei Pat Hendricks. I always try and go to her seminars, and Sensei Tony invited her over to Cambridge many years ago, and we used to do 3 and 4 day seminars. So I really just get a buzz out of doing the seminars, and mostly it's meeting up with the Aikido family. And also, when you travel the world, you know, if you just go into any Aikido club anywhere, you're always welcomed with open arms. You know, even if they're a different style. I've been and travelled and trained in many places. I've suddenly seen there's a club and said, could I train there? And somebody says, yeah, come along, join in. They're just really pleased to see you. So I just still get a buzz out of it after all these years. So there aren't many women who train in Aikido at the moment, which is a shame. When I first started, it was almost 50-50. I think because some of the softer things have taken over, like yoga and stuff like that. But actually, martial arts can be softer, particularly Aikido, in the sense that you're supposed to have blend and harmony. And actually, women take Aikido very naturally into their bodies. They're very good at copying and imitating and taking those shapes into their bodies. So women actually tend to learn it very quickly, in my experience. And it just gives you an edge, I think, on feeling a bit more confident. I'm not going to say that in a fight that you're going to win or do anything like that, but it just gives you an air of confidence, and sometimes that might be all you need if you're in a slightly vulnerable situation. You just know that something might come out from your training that would give you the edge.
Hi, my name's Garmston. I've been practicing Aikido for about 40 years now. I was introduced to Aikido at the Fire Brigade Training School, so I was a fireman for 30 years. I've been retired 10. At that time, when I joined the Fire Brigade in 1981, I was doing Kung Fu, and one of the trainees on my course was a Shodan under Chiba Sensei, and he introduced me to Aikido. And we were doing some sparring on the grounds of the training centre in the evening. And one of the guys came up and said, oh, that stuff doesn't really work, does it? So my friend, Dave Young, said, oh yeah, it does. He said, and he invited me to attack him. And I attacked him, and he said, no, attack me properly. And I attacked him properly, and he threw me, and I executed a high fall that I'd never been taught how to do. And I landed on the grass, I wasn't harmed, and I just went, wow, what was that? What on earth was that? And so that was my introduction to Aikido. It was like an introduction at a really high level because I got thrown, but it was so much without force. It was just stunning, and I've been searching for that kind of ever since. After 40 years, I'm nearly getting there. It's such a long road, but I've come on the seminar today because I did Aikido for a number of years in different groups, and then I really wanted weapons, to learn proper weapons. And with no disrespect to my previous teachers, I found that with Ousey, and I still follow the teacher I found all those years ago, Tony Sargeant, which is one of the reasons I've come to the seminar today, but also because it's just like-minded people. We're just on this very long path, and you're not going to perfect it, but he has a talent and an attitude towards Aikido that I really love, and he's still growing and I'm still growing at the same time. And you meet up with some lovely fellas like Raj, great guy, lovely.
Richard Small, I live in Devon. I've been practicing Aikido for about 45 years. Started with Aubrey Smith in Wellingborough, and when I moved to Cambridge I found Tony Sargeant, who I've been following since then, since the 80s, as my teacher. I like the weapons, something you can practice on your own and develop the body for a good feeling. I enjoy the seminars because I always learn something. I always meet somebody worthwhile, and I always learn something of use to take away. All the best. Thank you.